more facilities and all. And now it's a reality we all can see. So perhaps after this convention, some reality of a similar nature may come up. So the time for planning discussion is now, and perhaps there can be a rational outcome coming, and we can all contribute in a way we can, and to make it some reality. So that is first. So fortunately, unfortunately, all the discussions are clubbed now. What I will request to finish the discussion as soon as possible, but rationally that we all expect, so that we can begin with the photography exhibition, and then there is a tour because we realize people coming from so far. So here we start the panel discussion. We have two moderators. One is Philip and who has come from Bangalore. The other is
नहीं तो वो हमने कहा माइक तो नहीं है वो, इसीलिए तो इस पे हम इस पे लगाया कि इस पे लगाया
yesterday preparing all the PDFs and all along with me. So then we have 6 panelists, which includes Madam Jyoti Yadav, Madam Pooja Agarwal, and all. So we will begin with the discussion. We have clubbed the two discussions together, and let more people come and participate.
Simulation facility which my PhD student want to. I just contacted professor here, and my student is working 6 months from last 6 months to the IIT Electrical Engineering lab.
I like to just a number of my teachers from my institute they already collaborated with a number of professors from IIT, from civil engineering departments and a number of departments. So we are in touch with a number of faculties with IIT Kanpur, and whosoever would like to get associated with teachers, infrastructure, labs, we provide that platform and they do it. So it's totally on the intention and it's a two-way process.
IIT is very open for that actually. They help if you really want.
And now they're taking their producers are
Number of them. We have around 90% of our teachers from IITs. 90%.
Retired.
No. Smriti is working with me.
Okay.
What she means is IIT graduates.
IIT graduates.
So
Mixed right.
so that is, so if we are talking about employment in the education sector for IIT. So now coming back to the discussion here, we have again industry, agriculture and services, and we understand how different these are and where there needs to be improvement. So again, women, when we talk about Make in India, we just discussed all of this, education, inclusive, where we wanted education to be a uniform package across various colleges and institutes. Then, we want employment, entrepreneurship. Ma'am just discussed about, incubators in there, but, are women really there? Aparna ma'am, Mayuri ma'am, elaborate on really, the actual core Make in India. I see these as 3 different dimensions. One is capacity building, which we have, I think, discussed. The other is, employment and entrepreneurship, and including women and rural India. Is that the way forward? Is that what we think of Make in India?
I can tell you, I know some people who are business people actually. But what they've done is that in the rural area around them, they've spent a good bit of their money to bring up all the villages. They've adopted the whole lot of villages. And as part of their business venture, they're bringing them. Okay. And so I think this is the kind of thing that we do.
These NGOs are right. See, the problem is the women, we are taking discussing women. See, women always is lesser as compared to men. Education, jobs, employment, and being poor and uneducated is weakness of the parents. So many NGOs, they are taking up this social problem. How to address social problems by technology. See, like they have started, I will tell you, the education by 2019. And so for that, what they have started, many of this that also involve technology. They're training women in villages, in masonry work, in plumbing work, in electric wiring, so that they can build up their own toilets. And so sustainable toilets. And also they are talking about how to take care of health, because women's means sanitation, health and hygiene, personal hygiene is very important. So, I mean, because now they can build their own colleges. They know a little bit of plumbing, electric wiring, they know masonry work and all, you know. So, and also in some, I was reading, because usually I am very particular about reading newspaper, that this, they call computer aided vocational education training. They are giving. I mean, they are learning all vocational trainings, like you take simple assisting, teaching and all through computers actually. So, I mean, that way also they are learning. Even not only this, they are teaching women what are their rights, about learn what are their rights. They should know the rights, and also like this thing. Otherwise, they are governed by their parents or husbands and all. And some of this now 30% of women should be sarpanch or panchayats, you know. So they are also being told how to do governance and what are their rights. Means they should know. So like I will give you a simple example. I read the newspaper only. This public distribution system. When poor people go, they are not giving them ration. So they are standing in queue. So some of this women sarpanch, they took away register. Not only this, the Xerox it. They have to have proof, and they went to collector. That is not distributing. So that's how they are educating them.
So, you know, I think, yes,
Well, I have a slightly different view. And these things are already existing or happening. Or we know. The point is,
70% women are illiterate.
yeah. So my point is, I understand differently. But what I'm trying to, so the point is entrepreneurship, women contribution,
That is,
and
women are the most of this. Whatever men's contribution is there, women are also.
sure. What I feel as we all in either academia or in industry or at least some people who are not very well educated or well trained, they have an excuse. They do not know. People who are people like us, what can we learn? How can we learn? And being in research and being in science for a long time, not so long as math, but at least I have figured out that at least it becomes our responsibility that we should rather take up at least one project among ourselves, which is not just purely academic. Most of us, being from academia, we tend to have academic projects which basically give us publications, which basically give us, book, we write books or something. Rather than we should take up some translation projects, and especially which hits the poor, which actually help them. So I will just share one short story, which is not mine, it is one of my colleagues, who figured out that in a particular village, he figured out that women who were actually non-smokers had major issues with asthma, whereas the males were not. And this was really a very issue which we were not able to solve. And what we figured out, the kind of fossil fuel or the kind of fuel which was used in the house, so women were exposed to that smoke. And that was, so we actually developed as so incidentally I'm also involved with the business development and technology transfer. And we run an algorithm with which you just have the exit web condensate, and you can figure out what kind of particulate matter is there. And now we are trying to, with the help of private party, we are trying to have better chulas, which are smokeless. And so, as either as an entrepreneur or as an educated scientist or in this field, I think our contribution should be in this direction.
that is very aptly put, Jyoti. And it is, I think it is the need of the hour, you know, where India, I think we've traditionally been very good at education. Where we compare a graduate from any institute in India, not in particular IITs, to a similar
institute initiative, enrollment in colleges is not a big problem as it was in 70s and 80s. The bigger problem from what I see is the retention of women in the institutes and career. So we should see from that point of view. One thing. Second thing, when we see from a family standpoint, when we see from women's finance, we get to generalize the things. We club rural, urban, middle class, lower
great, very good, very good. You just can't do that. You can't just waste your time not being there in market. It's a very fast moving market, and you just have to plunge into it. You have to learn how to manage people and resources. That's the key. You should know where to come right for at the right place, and your job will definitely be done. And you just have to be there to understand.
And I think it is important for each of you. Maybe think about, whether we want to start up something, if that is going to be useful, if it's going to be useful for society at large, or may impact even, as I think Ms. Roshan Jacob said today, even if you're impacting or you're making one person's life better, then you are being meaningful. So I mean, maybe we should think about that and see, where we can do something that will at least impact or make somebody's life useful. And as Pooja says, maybe just start with it, and then there will be help. Or now we can maybe set up a forum like IIT Alumni has actually set up. Rakesh Mishra and group and people from my batch and seniors have started this excubator, hai na, Madhur, where they are providing mentorship, and I was also involved with one of their I'm forgetting the name. So mentoring, there was IIT Bombay had this competition, and they have this event where many people register, and they kind of, they have this competition where you can set up your own your business objectives. You define your business objectives, you prototype, and then they help you until the point where you can discuss about it, you can showcase it, present it, and then there is a panel that chooses a few.
And funds also to some extent.
Yes, and then
we have TIE chapters also.
So
TIE UP and TIE.
so then this one, so IIT Alumni is actually actively involved in this, and I have been part of this team, and we were a group of people, and a couple of people who are into that domain. They mentor the entrepreneurs, typically students. They are all final year students from a few colleges. I mean, one was the team that I mentored had one person from IIT Bombay, a couple of students from Bangalore University, and they were all coming together to come up with a financial product. And it was supposed to be business intelligence in finance, and supposed to help chartered accountants and stuff like that. And so we were part of that team. So IIT Alumni are doing a whole lot in that area. There again, that is also a new setup, maybe a few years old, but there is help out there. What I'm trying to say here is there is help out there for people who want to venture into things like this. Alumni is a great connect, and being part of this institute, I mean, maybe we can help that way. So now coming to IITs and the service sector, I think we saw that there was phenomenal growth in the IT industry, and it is expected to grow even more. And now we have 17 IITs, or is it 16 or 17? 17, right? So okay, so it's going to be 19, and I think almost 10,000 BTechs per year is what we are anticipating. So I mean, is that when we talk about brain drain, there was a time when people were going to the US. Now I think this brain drain is going towards the service sector. Everybody wants an IT job. What is it about the IT sector? Can we do that in other sectors? How can we improve that? Really?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. I think that is for the online video. No, you have to talk in that, only the video.
When we are talking about the brain drain and other, we should be looking from a larger picture. Because when we talk about people who are graduating from IIT and going abroad for IT related jobs and all, we should again divide them into, men and women. They have again different set of problems. See, I'm talking about different set of problems every time because I have studied in depth about that. No two persons are similar. Their problems are never similar. Every person has their own unique set of problems. So we can never generalize this. A person who is going to California, their problems, their background, why they are migrating in the first place would be very different from another girl, another person who are migrating, say, to Australia. their long-term, short-term plans again. So what we can do here from the platform of alumni, we can keep connected and we can encourage them to return back, or at least even if they are not returning, because we don't know what their plans are, they can at least contribute by their thoughts and channelize the process. One thing. Because we cannot control their thought process, their plans. We cannot predict their future. So we can never say these will come. Maybe 10 years from now, the brain drain will again go in the reverse direction. If we look at the reasons why people are returning back to India, you will find because their economic and political unrest in US and UK, they are not secure there. Because they are not having the job security there, because there is a lot of education between native and Indian, native versus Indians, that is why they are returning in the first place. This is what I can tell from my experience and from experience of people who are returning in the last 5 years. The people who settled there, say some 10, 15 years back, their children are growing up. They don't want their children to grow up in an unsafe country. So they are coming back. Obviously, they are coming back with a lot of experience, knowledge and everything to contribute here. But we should always we should always take the present as the reference point of time. And we should plan our strategies accordingly. Thank you.
Just a brief interruption. Please don't think if discussions are futile and not getting recorded. Madam Namita is preparing the minutes of the meeting and she is recording everything. So I request even the participants from here, they can also come and
Yes,
yeah.
anybody is free to join. This is not,
So
this is
now
an open
forum.
discussion.
And then post it, we will begin with this.
Yes.
When we will finish?
नहीं ये अभी और let us discuss ना अभी अच्छा चल रहा है I mean
वो
नहीं, वो time में बैठे, आप उसको कहा। We will finish on time, that we know, that I know.
I have a
We have enough time, time to do.
so then this I mean now talking about brain drains as Manoj pointed out, everybody has a different reason for going out, or how can we attract people back, or if somebody has gone, how can he or she contribute from wherever he or she is. That is most important. But we cannot do the same thing when we talk about IT sector, na? So we see that most of the people who are in the IT sector are engineers. I mean, and why does I think I wouldn't know, Smriti, you might have a better idea about what the current placements were. I think way back in '97 when I graduated, all of us, we were so many people in Infosys. We would call that IIT Infosys. इतने सारे लोग थे वहाँ पर, Infosys, Wipro. I mean, we just went there randomly. I mean, I have done my masters in statistics. I have worked hard. I was topper. I was 10-pointer and stuff like that. But what did I do? I just went to Infosys. But I had a reason. As Mayuri says, my reason was my brother was in Infosys. My father had to move to Bangalore. So अच्छा रहता, we were all together. So I also moved to Infosys. And I mean, it didn't help society. It didn't do anything good to anybody. I mean, maybe it helped my family. It helped me. I mean, apart from that, when we talk about the big picture of Make in India, मतलब हमारा तो कहीं कुछ खास contribution नहीं रहा. हमने भी काम कर लिया, हमने भी कमा लिया, हम भी US चले गए, हम भी शादी कर लिए. So I mean, how can we tackle that problem about services and IT and the kind of people? I mean, now if we have 10,000 BTechs in IT and if 50% of them are going to IT and services, what about agriculture and what about industry and manufacturing and what about Make in India?
I feel that they contribute to agriculture also.
To what extent? I mean, let's discuss that.
No, my point is they indirect contribution. They send money to their parents and
IT industry grew because of people like this. So
it is adding
went on the page. Absolutely. And then there was a branding, IT industry, in India, whatever the
more for
branding of
IT industry.
And typically, I feel biotechnology promised a lot, but did not deliver as I think there were several reasons behind it. And
Yes. Sorry.
I said, don't undermine your contribution. Everybody's contribution has been significant because of people like you or the other graduates who went into IT industry today made the IT industry what it is today. And that brought India to the, as the IT hub of the world, and the GDP or whatever the country moved in that direction.
So how can we do that with the manufacturing and agriculture sector?
So the point I feel is, IT industry was a low input industry.
Okay.
If I talk about biotechnology, for example, I had no experience with the industrial economy.
Please, Madhu, please don't hurry me, Ashwini and Madhu. We are having a nice discussion. If anybody has a problem, we can stop, but let us continue.
4:30 we and there is one more discussion and there is a quiz also. So
Please, Manika ma'am. We will not digress, but let us discuss.
Yes, and both are combined.
So we have time. Don't worry. I will fight with that.
My understanding is that, we don't have this huge conversation where we don't really have what a action plan is being we sit there in judgment, we see what things that copy and so on. I think that we have a huge talent of who's staying there. We have individual capacities can actually go and make a difference at different levels. But also, this is not a virtue of the fact that we all play today. I think we should actually work towards a common goal. At least like one point where we can actually work. We need to get thoughts together on that. How we can actually make
No, we are saying everybody. If it is, no, I'll request Madhur to take down notes. So let us now, okay, fine, let us discuss about that.
idea that how we can actually go about doing this.
Yes.
So like correctly.
Sure, no, go ahead.
I would like to say that, all of us, we're all educated. Even if in terms of education, we have a lot to contribute to education at every possible level. If we can just go beyond our own needs, that's paramount. If we want to think about the larger picture, we have to go beyond our own requirements and personal needs. We have to step out of that. I work in an NGO which educates children, pre-university children. The smartest brains are, it's an accidental word. Those kids are extremely qualified. They are getting a far level, far higher level of mathematics and science than we can probably, and the team is doing really well. By equipping those children to go out and work, and it's really happy to see the girls there. These are kids who come from Jukis, they are Jukis. They speak English, the girls are extremely driven. We can actually make a difference in so many topics. My thing is that we should have a concrete plan to get the fact that we learn. It's a huge lesson for us. We have some very, give people different segments, we have people who have a niche. If we all at least come up with one concrete
Fine, yes, we will start with you. You give us one action plan and then we'll go. Yes.
So the next, in fact, I think we should have, let me finish. This is the discussion, then you have the action.
No, actually, Ashwati's time, if I remember, IT was having some Vivekananda Society and they were teaching some poor children and all. They were going even to slums and all and doing.
Yes, so I yesterday
I just want to say something. I heard all those discussions which are going on here. See, when I think about Make in India, please correct me if I am wrong, when I heard about Make in India, it was basically the investment for making things in India. It was basically a trading or commercial transaction. We are talking about IT sectors. Now, I would like to know IT sectors, as far as my friends are concerned, I am saying that it's actually the outsourced job that is being taken up by all IT things. We are not creating anything. We are simply not creating anything. So it is an investment by others which are being utilized for make in India.
Don't have R&Ds.
And everything like that actually, everything is like that. And so what you are doing is, you are not innovating anything. You are working on somebody else's project.
And somebody
which
else's-
does not belong to India.
And which does not benefit India in any way,
Yeah,
probably.
so what I feel actually when you talk about Make in India, we cannot take the whole community, but at least we can take the women community. Let us try to see Make in India campaign for let the women in India live with dignity. From the poorest of poor to the richest, everywhere. And for that, yes, I would admit that education is primary thing. If I quote in a little distorted manner, R.N. Tagore, who
said that the stone which is the diamond is the education, and the rays which are reflected from a cut diamond is the knowledge. So this is the knowledge which we need actually for doing anything actually concrete. And we can be very much educated, but this does not mean that we are knowledgeable. I have seen many people who are having a lot of education, but still they are buying with superstitions and all those things. That is not knowledge. That is all education. So can we do anything in that direction? Let us think about it. Instead of going for this high things, I mean this entrepreneurship and all those things, that is a very specified thing. But can we take something which is more global, which is more national? Can we do that actually? So I'll be very happy if something comes up.
See, we all are having our own professional careers. We are a very diverse group sitting here, and an intellectually powerful group that is sitting here. In our own capacities and stepping out of our comfort zone, as ma'am has suggested, that we need to step out of our comfort zone to make a difference. Now, Make in India is just not 9-to-5 job. For Make in India, you need to step out and give back to the society. Give something very, very concrete. It might not be a big thing. Professor A.S.R. Sai, who was my BTech project guide, he always used to say that the biggest job is to create jobs. So we can't be big time entrepreneurs. We can't plan that. But in our own capacity, in our own framework, if we try to give back to the society, maybe in the form of education.
What she's trying to say, I agree with her. That we don't creating innovative jobs.
No, we are now.
Anytime they can be the moment outsourcing is stopped. All
Step by step.
No, we are.
No. Even Infosys and all, we keep on asking. Who is the new CEO? This interview I read. They're not investing any money in research and development.
Well, fine, but if Infosys was not there, we wouldn't have come even till this point.
No, but now they are very well off. All over world they are spreading. And now they should have a strong R&D.
No, I think
I'm sorry to say even Modi, see, I know they have cut down all the funding agencies, this thing, DST, CSI, research and all, they are cutting funds. They are not giving money and all because he doesn't understand that actual innovation will come from hardcore research actually. So that is very important. When we create job, see, we have to not only the women and men, we have to teach them how to think actually, how to take mature decisions, how to select choices, because they are with all these modernization, technology developments and all those things, boom in media, communication, and सबसे बड़ी बात है change in lifestyle. So why so much vulnerable crime has increased? Actually, girls are susceptible for rape, for this thing means this molestation, and even trafficking, dowry deaths and all. See, those things, because they are not able to take choice of this thing. They should be able to know they are vulnerable to these social systems and all. So those things are very important. So we have to teach people, whether girls or boys, to think actually. That is very important.
So teaching people to think. Because
now there is a change in value system. So
there is somebody who had sent her thoughts on email, and she wanted me to share this. So this is out there for people to read. I can actually share this slide.
Read it.
So she says that making women technologists and entrepreneurs who can serve the need of specific Indian requirements with their know-how. So it is important to have innovation, but innovation with our domain in mind. And then she says it will greatly reduce the import cost of many foreign-made equipments, parts, chemicals, biochemicals, etc. So innovation, keeping India in mind is important, and developing a network with rural women to seek their participation in small-scale industries for goods prepared from raw materials found in India, with some high-end technology support from the relevant members of alumni and association. These goods may be of export quality and good for the rural economy.
What is our education? If some tap is leaking, at least I can't repair. If some iron has gone bad, you can't repair the iron. And if you go to Germany and all, I'm telling you a joke of IIT Kanpur. One German couple had come, their flush was not working in VH. So what happened? Faiz Ahmed Khan's guest. So he was searching some plumbing fellow and this thing. So by the time plumber came, they told they have repaired. their education, I mean, it's all time training is so good, so something we lack in those things.
And I think the other most important point that we are here to discuss is the ratio of men and women. What can we do to improve the ratio of women? Is it necessary to improve the ratio of women in the first place? Does everybody agree that we have to be in large numbers in IITs?
Yes, things are going, the sex ratio has become so skewed.
So what can we do to improve our presence in science and technology?
Women are less employment, less paid,
How can we improve that? I mean, what is, let us quickly put our thoughts together on that. I'm sure all of us have something in mind.
Please come up with a question.
So the question is, how do we improve, I mean, women, I have to hurry up with a couple of slides because they are short of time. So, we want to discuss the ratio of women being so poor in educational institutes, in entrepreneurship, in industry, everywhere. It has been improving in the last decade, but how can we make it better? How can we improve upon this?
I can add to this. Women who are in lead roles in different organizations, they need to understand what are the issues related to female colleagues. And if they are sensitive about those, for example, say flexi timings, they need to devote some part to the family, to the kids. Morning you have to send the kids to school, afternoon you have to come back. So we need to be sensitive about those issues and encourage their involvement in decision making in the organizations and give them a more comfortable environment to work with. That is how we can
correct
flexi timing. So we need to develop that culture of flexi timing. We need to understand their issues and address them at the workplace itself, so that they don't carry back stress to the back to home. And of course, I am fine if they are not big in numbers, but it doesn't matter. If they are less in number and if they are making a positive difference to where they are, I think that counts.
Okay.
So if they are totally focused, like morning we heard Dr. Jacob say that we deliver more in the city, we are more efficient. That is absolutely true. We are much more efficient, and we try to really justify with every minute and every penny that we have. So that really makes us equal to 10. And that makes all the difference. So we should never undermine our potential by saying that we are less in number, we are minorities.
But
so we
there are women equally qualified who are not getting jobs.
Let us actually quickly kind of wind up on this with, I would request like 4 or 5 more points on this quickly, and then we can discuss it, I mean, over email, over the PPT is always there. So
I see there are a lot many women who are, not working and very highly educated. I think there are a couple of reasons behind it. Not just that they are not getting job. People don't get job of their choice. They don't get in the same city as their spouse or the better half. Secondly, I have also realized, especially science and technology in research, there are several schemes where you come back. The DST has, ma'am, you must be on the committee also. Sometimes we try to even use these opportunities. We also as women, we try to use these as, not as an opportunity but as an excuse. Many of the times, if you work for that many hours really emphatically with full force, I'm sure you would be able to deliver, but people actually try to use it as an excuse, and that maligns the whole community. That's also one very valid point where I've seen my male colleagues not ready to appoint women who are either with young kids or in the childbearing stage. They say no, they will start using it as an excuse, and they'll keep on telling my kid is not well, or in-laws are there, or this. So then that also maligns. So I think somewhere down the line we also have to be little more answerable to ourselves and to the system we are in.
Okay. Aparna, anything to add to that? Anybody in the audience, raise your hands.
Women have to show their stars, they have to shine a lot. So then that way people will be valued. And then this ratio, then people will not want to, they want girl children. And in fact, I think it's already happening. Yeah, and I think girls have to just, their talent has to be just, honed up much more. And they just have to show what they really are. And they really shine.
Okay. Anything to add, Mayuri?
Just one from Shanti. There was a discussion let's go back to the root of the discussion. How can IIT contribute to the Make India plan? I'll just give one small example here. And before I give the example, let's assume that all the women present here, they are very techno-savvy. They are using technologies like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp to a great extent. Even I use that, but what I feel, whatever discussions we do, they are limited to one group or one community. They are not being highlighted on a greater platform. I'll just give you one little example. Last week I was traveling to Bangalore, and there is a cab system, Ola Cabs there, if you have heard of it. The beauty of that application is that whenever you need a taxi, you just log into Ola and they will locate your location through GPS system and they will send you a cab. Very nice, very safe, very efficient system. But when we were discussing about this on our Facebook group, we found many loopholes in this. Because if somebody locates our location online, it could be dangerous for us as well. If I'm traveling alone, how safe is this for me? But all these discussion, what I mean to say, are limited to one WhatsApp group, one day, one night. We are not channelizing in a proper way. So when we are talking about how we can contribute to the Make India thing, we should think about these root issues, safety, mobility, our awareness, how we can contribute, and try to bring it to a greater platform.
So I think, this discussion also, we should not end this discussion and forget about it here. We should probably continue it in other forums, maybe on emails, maybe follow up, maybe talk about this. Everybody should, I think everybody here should, maybe you must do this, come on. I mean, I have sent out this PPT and hardly have found a few responses. So I encourage, it is mandatory for each person, I say, to, send across something that you would do to contribute to the, or you have done to contribute to the betterment of society, or for Make in India, or, to make another person's life using your education, values, or whatever you have gained from IIT. So let us go back with this in mind. Let us put something together, and if we are around 30 or 40 here, I hope to see at least 15 distinct items that we can add to the list. Follow up. Yes, ma'am.
The only thing which I definitely think is important, whatever activity you may carry out, but we must remember the dignity. Once we implement that in every activity, Make in India will always prosper.
Absolutely. Wonderful. So with that, we will close this session. Thank you all for this wonderful discussion, and some people I think had a nice sleep. So you can wake up now. Madhur is going to come and, so I think you're not going to hear my boring voice anymore. So, so thank you all. It was wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you.
This discussion, here comes the way forward. And Madhur has prepared something very concrete related to way forward. You might too still in web ke liye. You can have this.
Give me the I'm from Bangalore now. I was here in IIT Kanpur from 1999 to 2001. I did my MTech here. And after that, regularly like everybody else, I went to Bangalore, had some foreign tools, kept working. And like recently, we have realized that, the Bangalore chapter became active. And with respect to the Alumni Association. And we started doing activities. And when we started doing, then we realized that there's so much that we could have done, and we were just not doing anything. So what I've realized is that we have just lost the last 12-13 years after I graduated, and only in the last one and a half years we have done like 5 events. So that is giving a lot of confidence to me that we can do when we want to do, and you won't believe it, like the team which I have is all alumni of IIT. Who are in Bangalore, and they are youngsters. Generally, the youngsters, they are married.
Alumni convention or just women convention?
This is the Alumni Association of Bangalore. We have a Bangalore chapter. Actually, maximum number of alumni in India are in Bangalore.
All IITs.
All IIT Kanpur. Only IIT Kanpur. Only IIT. So, so the point I wanted to say was that when I see the efforts they want to put, it moves me, it motivates me. Like people will come at 11 o'clock from office, and then they will do the database work for Alumni Association, or they will drop emails to alumni for IIT Kanpur for internship provisions. Because everyone is equally busy, but there is so much willingness to give. Not in everyone. Just started, but even if there are 6, I have just a team of around 10 people, out of which 6 are active, and those 6 have run, those 10-15 have run the whole show, and those 6 keep running all the time, and then the other 10 they come in between when it's firefighting is required, then 10-15 more join. and we were able to do like 4-5 things. As we go through, I will keep talking about what we have done in Bangalore chapter also. So, I mean, this is an interactive session where we will, taking Bangalore as the example, we want to do the same thing with respect to the women convention, with women and alumni, and try to leverage our platforms. Even if, same situation happens, even if I have 16 people, 6-7 regular, and 10 who come in on and off, we can do a lot of at least 6-7 programs a year. So that's the idea. So I want to ask alumni, what do you think is missing? I mean, why nothing much was happening for women? Anyone?
When nothing.
So we are on the first point. What is missing? Either.
Missing in what respect?
We are saying that, okay, there is a ratio difference, right? Growth difference. Everywhere women are much backward, okay? And from the alumni side, we are IITians, but still we are behind in our career. So why? What is missing?
What I feel is the biggest thing in the country is the parity between different social groups. Those highly educated women are there, their number is less. But there are, whenever the moment you go out, you are passing through slums and all, you see women and drinking water. The job is of women only, drinking water and cooking on this wood fire and all. They have no life. When you see this, you feel suffocated in this country. It means what kind of country they are living, and we can't do anything. Eating on the roads, taking bath. You must have also seen. So I feel there is so much parity in our social standard of living.
You're asking that as IIT women,
as the most educated women, what do you think is missing? Why are we behind?
Yeah, I think there is socio-cultural expectation in the society which is missing. Like you have to act according to socio-cultural expectation of a woman in a society, that you have to perform certain roles, certain duties, and that keeps you behind. You cannot perform as a professional in a proper manner. This is what I think is taking behind.
Please, one of you, please come. Can you please help with the mic? Please use the mic because people are on web and they can hear only when you speak on the mic.
I think what is, from my perspective, you should not your girl child to be an independent person. That maybe from the childhood, if you put that then maybe should
Perception of community history.
Yeah, socio-cultural expectation always happens.
That has to be given in every sense, spiritually, dignity, knowledge related initially to the education, then later part through her life experience, and it should be started from the beginning, from the childhood. That has to be changed.
It is fine, all of us must end up child and integrated. I teach, so I can gradually business. Okay. So, but the question is, you may raise your girl child, make them independent, but that independence has to be recognized by your son. Okay? Yes. It is more important to teach your son, all of you have son. I don't have a daughter. Okay. So I don't have to do this job. Ask them, make them from the childhood who not only that respect mother and mother figure, all girls, girls as individuals, and not consider that they are some, inferior species, and so when they come to IIT or other places and some girl is doing better than their this is something you have done. Know how to game up and try to trouble. Okay, it is more important to teach the boys.
Other than this, I think as IITians, as women, the way forward should be if we can encourage, empower girls to join engineering is. Traditionally, what was the way? If it's a girl, she should go for medicine. If it's a boy, goes for engineering. So that divide from the very beginning has left the market.
Medical education is also education.
So it was. So that was the reason. So now we're seeing more girls in IITs as well. But I think we as IITs, we should start encouraging with girls especially to take up, we've said mathematics is not a big deal, physics is not a big deal. We start encouraging that from the very beginning. Girls are actually doing much better. And so many years we have not seen All India rank 1 in girls, and I'm sure very soon we'll have one. So I think it's a state of mind where from very early childhood we should train the girls in that direction as well.
Rank 3 was there.
Rank 3 was, we are waiting for one.
We were talking about between ourselves, but one more point I want to bring forward is how accepting a well-educated daughter-in-law in
So it's all about
Social acceptance.
social issues.
Perception of society should change towards women. The mode of learning has also changed from my own experience. I have seen students who tell me that because pressure is on us to start learning us because they got educated doctorate so that she can.
Okay, so all the social issues, social problems, upbringing, society acceptance, parents, and then you know what I have to say for all these things is we cannot start the next chapter if we keep rereading what has been happening, right? So if we keep, there has been, it's not a day's thing, it's a century's thing, right? It's from the prehistoric time that women has been dominated and has not been allowed to study, not been allowed to come out, a lot of restrictions. And if now today we are sitting here, we are the most successful women, right? We are one of the most successful women in the whole world. So it has started, the journey has begun, and now, the only thing we can say is that I can be changed, but I refuse to be reduced by it. So some certain problems have happened, things have gone wrong, but now is the time that, things have started. Now when the things have started, now let's just start taking charge. Because if we lose it now, and we're not able to take charge, we're not able to act, then it will be again, a same long cycle to get it back. So what we're saying is that this women convention is like your platform. You can suggest which areas you should focus, which projects we should do. You should talk about how you can contribute, and then we can talk about how we can collaborate, right? So we are creating a platform where the brightest women of India are gathering together. We are having a platform. We have technology support. We have people who can who we can connect with. Like if we want to do something with university, Pooja, for example, we want to do something with respect to anything with respect to PhDs. We have Ila ma'am. We have so many people. I'm just giving random examples. But then if you want to do something with respect to IT, we have people. So we have our own group. We have to start using it. And once we start using it, we can see the power which comes from it. So I've got a little song for you. called Duktar. That's a Pakistani movie in which there is a girl and her mother, and the girl is being, married to a very old man by her father, and the mother takes the responsibility. It's a 10-year-old girl. The mother has never been out of that home, and she's again a Pakistani woman, all those restrictions, but she runs away with her child, and then somehow she manages to save the child. So it's an award-winning and very good movie. So basically, like now what we're trying to do is we're going to open up some ideas, and I would really like you to come up and say how you can collaborate, how you can contribute, you can add to the ideas, and we will together frame. The idea is that this session ends, we should have projects, we should have leaders of the project, and we should have people who want to contribute. So it's not going to be just on top, it has to start happening. So the first thing which I thought was very, very important was the professional front. How do we all support each other? We are individually fighting our own battles, and sometimes we are knocked off, and sometimes we win, and there is so much we can liberate as our own group. So that is what we are not at all utilizing. So what we did was just a very small thing. We just talked to some students in IIT Kanpur and said that, I'm working in business intelligence area in the industry, and some other people are working in that same kind of area, data analytics and all. So we just happened to talk to them, and they said, we are studying this, and we want to know what is happening in this area. And we arranged just a 2-hour session with them. And it was appreciated, and we felt so good about talking to them, and both groups benefited. And the whole thing is not about the 2 hours session. The thing is that something is started, and it has never happened. I don't remember, and I don't hear about this happening, that alumni from the industry staying somewhere else far off, but trying to contact the IIT on their own initiative, trying to find out what the students need, and then preparing a session, and then talking, and then having a mutual collaboration. This is something small, but every one of us can give. Imagine if there are 10 sessions, in a year, how much the IIT will benefit. So this is something we did, but there is a lot more that we can do. We can do web sessions, we can do some techie projects together. You may have some idea, for example, you may need an app for the university, right? And there is a techie who sits here in IIT, he will take 5 days to develop that app, right? If you collaborate, you can always get that done. So, and they are looking for such projects, they are looking for internships. We are working with IIT to help students with internships with the alumni who are in Bangalore and who are having their own setup, or who are at very high positions in their organizations. They are helping students from IIT to get internships. That is our next project.
But Madhu, I have to see it. See, the launch, the techie project, that kind of stuff is already being done by people in Bangalore. I think the Alumni Bangalore chapter is very active in terms of connecting back to the students and helping them, technically. But that's okay. I think I'm okay.
You are okay, but they are not okay. They are also there.
So because I think the alumni have been contributing a lot. Maybe we just have to make more awareness of it. There are a lot of guys who are we are women. You can't expect women to do everything. I think in the Bangalore chapter there is you, there is me, and there is hardly 5-6 people who are active. For whatever reason, the others aren't active. So if you and me are doing everything, it's just impossible. So we have to at least tell people what is happening, and then improve upon, or maybe join hands with those who are already doing something like that and contribute.
Yes. So the point I think which you were trying to say was that probably we should become a little bit more specific about the women-related thing, right? Yes. So that was just to start up, and the thing is that I was giving you an idea as to what we're doing, and I'm not requesting you to join the Bangalore chapter and start working with us, but anyways, it's the same thing. From wherever you are, you have some lectures in your university, you have some lectures, you can always share, right? That sharing has not been happening. But that is one platform which we can start. So it's not going to be end all women thing, but from here women can start joining that, initiating that and involve all alumni later on, right? And then we can come to very specific women project also. So it's not about doing only for women, it's about as women we start contributing. That is the first thing. And then we also start contributing towards other women. Right? So those are the two aspects that I'm trying to take. So in this respect, I want, more ideas from people. How do you want to collaborate on the professional front? What would you need? If I ask you, if you want something from Alumni Association, what would you want for your own career? So you can give those ideas and we'll try to make it happen with the help of all the others.
Let us know what you have done actually in the Bangalore chapter.
No, we just started, man. This is around 6 months back we have started. In 6 months we have done only 3-4 activities. So that one I said was the webinar which we did. The other thing was we have started doing internships. We started connecting the alumni and the students for internships. Then the third thing we did was an entrepreneurship conference in which we called some of the entrepreneurs and speakers from the world and industry, and we called our IIT Kanpur and other entrepreneurs who are just trying to start their projects, launch their projects in Bangalore. So they wanted to pitch. So some people they pitched, they said this is my project, this is what I want to do, and some people gave lectures of how you should run a startup. So it was again a collaboration for the entrepreneur. And we also have an entrepreneurs group which has such kind of meetings. So these are for this particular topic, together on professional front, these are the 3-4 things that we have done.
See, I have a couple of things to mention here. She's saying together on the professional front. One thing, if any of you are visiting Lucknow, please do find some time and please visit my campus. Because I would love my students to have some interaction with the successful women present here. And I feel that when you will interact with the student community directly, that is the best way we can give back. And they will definitely gain a lot of ideas and get insight on how things can be done, to what excellence they can be done after having an interaction with you. Secondly, I would like to add that wherever exchange of technology is possible, with respect to education, I'm just talking on my professional front. For example, we just launched an app in which the parents can deposit the fee of the board using the website. They can just put in their username and log in, and just bank-to-bank transaction can happen. Another thing that we are using PeopleSoft Oracle, which is again totally, so everything is online. The students, faculty, everybody has to put in their data, and PeopleSoft is managing the complete working of the university. So still we are in the process of developing our own tablet, which we call soft launch has been done, MyOG we call it. So we are working on that tablet, and we are trying to digitize all the course material, put it on the tab, and we are trying to put in a lot of lectures like Openware. You have from MIT, you have from NPTEL lectures from IIT Kanpur. So we are trying to integrate all the technology, put it in the tab, give it to our students. So if any of you can contribute on that front, with respect to your areas of excellence, we would love to hear from you. Thirdly, our students regularly they have to take term papers, their BTech projects, their PhD projects, and a number of subjects. They have to do summer trainings like we have the curriculum here, like we have in the university. So in your eminent positions, wherever you are sitting, if you can help our students just step out of their zone of Kanpur, Lucknow and the vicinity, and they can just be in your vicinity, and they can kind of be associated with you with your project work, then I think that's going to be a real boost for the other students. Because I see a lot of potential in the top 5% of the students that we deal with. And if given a chance, and I see a lot of them working with IITs after they graduate from our university. So if given a proper chance, I see a lot of potential happening. So from the alumni, if you ask me what I expect, what I request is that if we can do this knowledge sharing with the for the benefit of student and the teaching fraternity, that would be, I think, a win-win situation for all of us. Thank you so much.
good one.
It will be a great help to a very large station.
So what my suggestion is that if you are suggesting something, and if you can lead that, you say that I can lead that. Put your name there. We don't have to lead that.
See,
I mean, you get a team work with it.
I don't intentionally. What I want among the alumni, you discuss it, and if identity of the alumni is a contact and they can't give it off and cooperation on a regular basis. Okay, and being in Delhi, lots of people keep coming and giving lectures. In a sense, that what is called area council, which you will find out in the best of the university in the US, which is totally missing in forget about other universities and other things. I mean, IIT universities.
Yes, so even I know that there is a mentorship program which you have
You can put some in your websites where you can ask questions. Okay. So that you can collect the kinds of things and then can be addressed. Because right now we arrange for somebody who is easy to work and do a routine. Student may not be particularly interested in that thing. They may have some other questions which we have not understood.
Yes, so before I ask anyone to ask questions, I should have someone who raises their hand and says, I will respond to the questions. Right? Only then. Otherwise, the scene has changed, Like there are so many channels for students for these things now. We didn't have this. 15 years back, I didn't have this. But today, there is Quora, there is Google. Students have a lot of options to ask and read on the internet. They are very, very much informed as compared to earlier.
They do not know whether how much they should take it seriously. Okay. So if you say that I am from IIT Kanpur or IIT Bombay and so and so forth, and I have done this and this looks like in next 5 years, this is where things are going to go, and you should channelize your.
No, other countries they see the child's or boy's interest also. The parents are engineers, doctors, or researchers. They want their sons also to go, daughter also to do research, this thing and that. So I have seen in Germany and all from 10th class only they decide. They see the child's interest. They say he cannot go for higher education. He has to do this finance or whatever at this age only. So like this they become straight. And child's interest, depending on my daughter, she refused. Science is not my cup of tea. And humanities she took, and then she said, no, I don't want to do PhD, I wanted to go for this all media and all these things. She was everything,
Sure. So I agree. So I would like, yes, of course, but I would like someone to say that, see, what I feel is that there is a lot of things which can happen on professional path. A lot of things which can happen. But what I'm looking forward to is, of course, listening to both of you, but someone to say that I can be one leader in this relationship. Leader means, see, what leader has to do, like, think about what is required and launch that project. And in the sense that, suppose, like we just thought about some webinar we can give, think about what you can give and what is required, that initial interaction. And then when you launch, you have the whole platform to launch. Ask for, there will be volunteers who will join. So ultimately you may end up giving only 5 to 10 hours, the whole thing, but you will have that responsibility over.
per day.
No. In the whole project. So if the project lasts for like 2 weeks, maybe in the 2 weeks you will end up giving 4 hours. But there may be other people who will join and help. And there is Ashwini Srivastava and team who is sitting here who works for Alumni Association. There isn't too much of work. The problem is to initiate and to get. Yeah, so one nodal person is there. Suppose I get an idea that I want to do webinar. I should have one person whom I can tell that I want to do, and that person should have set up the platform, should have had information on what Ashwini Srivastava's team can do, should have information on the what. So you have this 4 or 5 list of information who are the volunteers, and you just support that. And so maybe someone like her, she may just get up and say, I want to do something, but once the platform is ready, she will have a very quick access. She has to prepare her part, but and then you combine it with somebody else's webinar and put both the things together and do 2 of them at the same time.
I think for the areas of the basic chemistry and biology.
Yeah, so very nice. So I can put two names. If you can do one area, then that's fine. So your name is?
Dr. Jyoti Ladha. You can put biotech.
One more person for this area who can
look at what exactly you do.
Yes.
You can just
So talk sessions, chemical biology,
So the idea is that that she can decide. The whole platform is open. I am saying I will hold your hand on professional path in the sense that all of us will hold hands on professional path and help each other rise, right? So it's like you will also grow, students will grow, other students will grow, we support each other. You may think tomorrow that, somebody may submit an idea to you that, we can have a paper conference, something like that. And you will think it's not required, there can be a discussion, and if it's not required, that's okay. But at least there's one point to reach, there's someone who can take such kind of decision. You do 4 projects, you'll understand like the whole environment, so how it will evolve into contact, and things like that. The most important thing is to start. Right? So as I said, we just started 6 months back. We just 7-8 people, but we can speak with confidence because 6 months if you can do 4 projects. And with all of everyone is full-time on job. And as I said, the people are working on weekdays and on weekends also they go somewhere, they come back very late, they work from 11 to 2 and all they work for a union association, they deliver. So that's how the things have been done. They don't do it every day, but it just takes one person 5 hours, 6 hours like that. One activity lasts for 3 weeks, within 3 weeks, that person gets 5-6 hours. 4 people, 5 people are able to do the work. When we have not taken very big projects, we don't have very big projects. But we have made the big one. So I put your name. Anyone else wants to say anything? You wanted to say something, right? We move on to the next topic after that, and she wanted to say.
So I graduated last year in 2014. I did my BTech in chemistry. So I graduated last year in 2014. I did my BTech in chemical engineering. So I've been attending the alumni meets for my first year. I'm working for an I'm working for So I think the alumni want to help, and even we need their help. But I think there's a gap. There's a coordination gap, and I think it's a logistic gap. It's that mostly alumni meets happen, and we are told that you can go meet the alumni and ask your questions. They're very happy that we go to them, and they welcome our questions and all. But it's like mostly like now it's just 1 week from the exams, so there's nobody there because so it's always like this. There's no proper coordination, so we cannot come to the meets, and mostly what happens is we are not informed exactly what is going to happen in the sessions. It's just vague, like there's a meet happening, you can go if you want to, and so as ma'am said about the confusion in choosing a career, it sometimes becomes such a big question in 3rd and 4th year that what do we do next? People take up jobs and then leave their job in 1 year and then they're like PhD करने जाते हैं या फिर अब civil services देते हैं. We are so confused
we absolutely waste like 5 years, 3 to 5 years of our life deciding what to do next. So if we can, like there are channels like Quora and all, but then if somebody sits with us, like I remember a session in my first year when there was, I don't remember the name, she had come to us and we were sitting in the common room of our hall, like as GPM is there. We were all sitting and she was sitting between us and she was telling us. What she told us, I still remember it. Because the way she had told us कि मैंने second year में ये intern किया, फिर third year में ये intern किया, and then I eliminated एक के बाद एक, ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना. I think that helps. So, like
career counseling, I have noted it down. It's a very important point.
Very important. And this thing, and if you mention this thing in your alumni meeting, I think more people will come to the session.
Timing is most important.
Yes, timing is important, and we really need career counseling. We are all confused. It's like घर पे बोला है कि US मत जाओ, इतने दूर जा रहे हो. It's just around 5 years and we are coming back. So I think if
And especially family is also confusion. For the girl students, basically the family is a big restriction.
Yeah. So if alumni can come and tell us that US जाना PhD करने 5 साल does not mean like you're cut off from India forever. If they can come and tell us this, it will be really helpful. So
I have
Here I want to ask.
What is your name, dear? So Monica, I mean, this is wonderful that you have come here and told us that this is what you require, and I'm so happy that there is somebody that tells what they need from us. And there are two aspects here. For one, there is a lot of data available everywhere, but IIT Kanpur के website में, I'm sorry to say this, there is nothing available. In order to find the number of students in the girls' hostel, in order to even find the number of students, I had to call Ashwini and he had to do a number of things to find that information out. So I mean, there is no sharing of information between institute and alumni, between alumni and students. And I don't know between institute and students कितना share होता है ये भी मुझे नहीं पता. So it is very important for these three parts to communicate effectively between each other. So it is actually, even though we have planned this wonderful women alumni get together, people like me have spent hazards of rupiah to come all the way from Bangalore. It has been so useless for people like her. I mean, it has not helped. I mean, if it was planned and coordinated properly, it would have been much more meaningful.
For her,
Actually, this is the beginning. So, what outcome we can suggest that let us have
your own contemporaries, the career and all, where they are going, what kind of job they are taking.
But there are also
There's no connection between
no. So that's what I am saying. So connect between us.
It's not advisors, they are not chemical engineers and all. So, I mean, those who are in chemical engineering, they will be the best person to
No, but they should have a pool or some kind of information.
No, yeah, so I'll take it
We
here.
should look forward and let us go in here.
Yes.
Maybe we should and form a career counseling cell and yeah, we can go ahead.
So the point is exactly, you know, what I'm saying is that I got, like this confusion is there, ma'am said a very valid point and she has raised a very good need. The point is that as you are confused, we are equally confused. I mean, it took me 12 years to raise one request, can I give a BI webinar in, you know, IIT? Because we don't know what you need. Yeah. So the point is that what Bangalore chapter, if you see, has done, the 6 of us who are regular working and then the 15, 20 who come on the end and do firefighting, what we have done is only try to bridge this distance. Like, you know, our own alumni have companies. You know, they are looking, I mean, I just floated the email, you know, for who wants to offer internship, alumni of Bangalore, we sent. Within 3 hours, I had 5 or 6 reports. So they were desperate to get IIT students for internship, but they didn't know how to reach IIT. And you know, IIT is not knowing how to reach out to them. So what we are doing, what we are trying to say here, the leader who's going to be there can actually do this kind of bridging the gap, looking what is missing. I mean, somebody has to do this thinking and planning, and then you don't have to do all the work. You will obviously get people. People will come and join you. We are not giving them anything. They just come and join us and they will. ये तो मैं नहीं जानती हूँ, बट यूजली तो मैं तो दो को भी जानती थी, मतलब एक का नाम सुना हुआ है, बहुत ज़्यादा आवाम से बहुत ज़्यादा है,
This was intentional for it.
Yeah, we're killing the voice.
No, they're talking amongst themselves. They were not telling.
Yeah, so education, professional, I would really encourage any one of you who thinks, you know, you can coordinate with Jyoti and, you know, join this cell. Please give your name. I mean, you will be the team who will take decisions on what to do, how to go about it. And then Ashwini is there, I'm there, Anita is there, and anyone else who wants to join, Yavita, Ramas, yourself. You know, we can facilitate how to go about.
Organic chemistry, they want chemistry. And where ways and where they can apply all this.
There is a mentorship cell which is supposed to do all this counseling. There are mentors. Again, there is a gap that you don't know, and like, I mean, they ask you to put you have to register as a mentee. There are people who have registered as a mentor. So I don't want to, you know, create duplicates. We already have a mentorship cell. We can say that the students look for career advice. So some lady or some other gentleman can get added to that as career counselor and take career counseling questions.